Welcome to my channel. This is your host. And today I bring you a spooky story from our subscribers. A while back, this happened to a friend of mine. She was in her early 20s and had just moved into a new apartment with her boyfriend. It was an old building and creaky floorboards and stuff like that. Nothing out of the ordinary. One night, just before falling asleep, she heard a faint whisper beside her bed. She told her boyfriend, "Did you hear that?" But he was a heavy sleeper and he hadn't heard anything. So she just kind of assumed that it was a dream. But then the next night it happened again. The whisper was a little louder this time. "Move over." She told her boyfriend again, but he still hadn't heard anything. So she just kind of ignored it and went to sleep. This happened for about a week. The whisper would get a little louder every night, getting more and more insistent. "Move over," it would say. Now, my friend was getting really freaked out at this point, but her boyfriend was still in denial. So she decided that she was gonna stay awake one night and see what was going on. So she stayed up till 2 a.m., just listening for the whisper. And sure enough, it started. The whisper was now quite loud. "Move over, move over." My friend was now really scared, but she didn't want to show her boyfriend that she was scared. So she just kind of sat there, pretending to be asleep. And then she heard a loud crash in the next room, and then footsteps near her bedroom. Her boyfriend was still asleep, so she got out of bed and went to investigate. In the other room, she found that a wardrobe had fallen over. But when she turned around, she saw something even more frightening. In the corner of the room, in the dark, was a figure standing there. It was tall and thin and it seemed to be made out of smoke. She screamed and ran back to bed and hid under the covers. And in the morning after, of course, not sleeping at all, she told her boyfriend what she'd seen. He, of course, didn't believe her, but he agreed to stay up with her that night and see if they could hear the whisper or see the figure. But nothing happened. So they moved in together and everything was fine. But every night before she went to sleep, she could hear that whisper. "Move over," she would say. And every night she would pretend to be asleep until she heard the whisper stop. Yeah, I think that's the scariest part of that story, the fact that she can still hear it and she just kind of has to deal with it now. Yeah, I hope that never happens to me. Thanks for listening. If you liked this episode, please leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any more. Also, we have a podcast